Yo, yo, yo. What up with it? What up with it? What's going on? What's going on, people? What's up? What's up with it? What's going on out there? So y'all know we didn't shoot the fans' point of view last night, so we gonna do it the morning after. So it's the fans' point of view the morning after. That's dope. You know what I mean? Got both of them things going on, man. Both of them things going on. The game on right now, right? There's a game on, right?
I'm not sure. It's possible. I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't think so neither. I don't know, but so man, we got this floor. We got a bunch to talk about. Obviously, fresh football topics. I mean, straight football, and man, I couldn't be happier that the football season is here right now, bro. I mean, I just couldn't be, man. I couldn't be happier. Got the football season here. What a week zero, right? Opens up and we get an upset. We almost get an upset last night. Uh SMU pulls it off last minute. Preston Hodge, Preston Stone, excuse me. I said Hodge. Here I am thinking Colorado, but Preston Stone went off, and man, it was a good game. It was a good game. It just was. But I want to talk about this Florida State and Georgia Tech game. Um, for a couple of reasons. First of all, it was the biggest game. It's an upset. Um, Nobody expected it. You can't say that they did. I mean, look, there were what 11-point favorites, 11 and a half point favorites in this game. Florida State was to win this game over Georgia Tech, unranked. Florida State being ranked 10th to an unranked team. I don't know how far they were like down on the list. I don't know on the top from the top 25 to 134. I don't know where Georgia Tech was. I could find that out while we're alive. You know what I'm saying? This is this quick search. That's all it take. But man, I mean, I did see some of the game live. Obviously, I was out with my family at the water park and everything, but I did see some of the game live, and then I had to go watch the highlights. I didn't get to watch the whole game. But you, bro, as a Miami fan, like how does this game? How do you view? How are you viewing this game? You're a Miami Hurricanes fan. How are you viewing this game? How did you take this game in? Like, what were you excited? Like, what was you thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, personally, when we did the show last week,
Mm-hmm.
I actually picked Florida State to win. Right? I felt like that they would be able to control, the line of scrimmage better than they did. Which obviously, when watching that game, Georgia Tech can play, established the line of scrimmage
Absolutely, they
on
did.
both sides of both sides of the ball. Me personally, Florida State's game plan. I know a lot of Florida State fans are upset. I've seen some of their reactions on Twitter, message boards. A myriad of other outlets that they're venting their frustration. And it seems to me that they felt like they were being sold a bag of goods by their media department in terms of the message being relayed back to the fan base in terms about how the team was progressing. But I mean, they played the way I felt they were going to play. I made mention of that, last week when we spoke. I said Florida State's going to look to run the ball. Mike Norvell and Alice Atkins are going to look to minimize how much exposure they have in terms of DJU, um, you know, somewhat putting the game on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I felt like that. I'm sure the coaching staff for Florida State. Again, I'm not trying to cop any pleas, but again, like I said, one of the things that you and I try to do on here is try to be as unbiased as possible, even though we do have our vested interests, in certain teams.
Right.
Obviously, I'm a Miami fan, so that's what my vested interest is. But, I will and can be unbiased. And, probably Florida State's coaching staff probably felt like the defense was going to play better. Um, I think if they would have handled the run a little bit better, made some more plays, like it was a couple of mental errors, things like that. I think they could have successfully went in with the game plan that they implemented and won the game, but unfortunately the defense didn't show up. I think the offense did what the offense was going to do. And in closing, before I pass it back to you, I do see some individuals that are making the proclamation that, well, hey, if Jordan Travis was here, that would have been a W last night. But me
Mm-mm.
personally, I felt like in terms of Florida State's offense, the biggest driving force of that offense really was Benson, not necessarily Jordan Travis, because I felt like Jordan Travis may have gotten elevated some due to the fact of having a Johnny Wilson and a Keon Coleman. And you can go back, and there will be media pundits as well as fans that said that, well, Keon Coleman was underutilized last year. So to me, what does that say? That says that the offense or the play caller made it their mission to put the game or put the offense in the hands of the most trusted person, and that just
Mm-hmm.
ended up being Benson last year. So I think them missing Benson, and they have a nice selection of running backs, but I mean Benson was just so sudden, so fast, so powerful, just a myriad of different things that they're missing. But like I said, I'm gonna pass it back over to you.
Bro, I think honestly, bro, I think you hit the I think he hit the nail. I think you hit the nail on the hammer, bro. When you hit him, you know what I'm saying, the nail. When you said they didn't establish the line of scrimmage. From what I saw, it was in the first quarter, almost to halftime. Georgia Tech was taking it to their ass. Let's just call it what it was. Georgia Tech established the line of scrimmage and was pushing their ass all over that field. Hayes King and Jamal Hayes was doing what they wanted on offense. So and Alex Atkins, the OC for Florida State under Mike Neville, just didn't. It looked like he was calling a game that was he was timid in that game. Was he calling a scared game? I mean, just let's just call it what it was. Was he calling a scared game? We don't know. We can speculate and say that he was calling a scared game or that he was scared to, but we know what Mike, like you said, Mike Norvell likes to throw screen passes, short dink and dunks. DJU did not lose Florida State that game. I've seen him be ridiculed. You know, he was on your page, on X. I seen that, and DJU didn't lose that game for Florida State. First off, so I want to say that to any Florida State fan out there, I felt like DJU may have lost that game. That has nothing to do with DJU. Your trenches, that your first round draft pick defensive lineman that you thought you had at Florida State. I don't know if they're first rounders. Maybe they'll pick it up. Maybe they'll pick it up. Maybe Georgia Tech is better than what we thought they were, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just call it what it is, okay? Buster Faulkner, the OC for Georgia Tech, called a hell of a game, and so did Tyler Santucci, the defensive coordinator. They called hell of a game, man. You know, the DC for Georgia Tech is also a linebacker coach. The OC for Georgia Tech is also a tight end coach. Tight ends want to establish the line of scrimmage. Linebackers stop the run. And that's exactly what they did. They held Florida State down. Those OCs and DCs did exactly what they were supposed to do in that game. And he called a hell of a game for that. You know what I mean? Georgia Tech did. And man, I mean, I only took Georgia Tech because of the spread. Let me just keep it a buck. I took Georgia Tech to win because of the spread of the game, not because I thought they were actually going to win. I thought they would be closer. I thought it would be like a 3-point swing either way. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I knew Georgia Tech was going to finish the game over top of Florida State. I'm not going to sit here and act like that. No, they were 11.5 point favorites. That's why I wrote with Georgia Tech with 11.5 points, because I figured they'll cover that. And they did, but they wound up pulling out the W. And I think we need to show some love up to the OC and the DC of Georgia Tech, because they called a hell of a game. And I don't think that the DC, Adam Fuller for Florida State, called a bad game either. I don't think he did. I just don't think he did, man. I don't think he caught a bad game. I think it was a very good game, competitive game. We have to remember Hayes King is what is he, a senior now? If I'm not mistaken, bro. He's a senior, right? Hayes King is a senior. Jamal Hayes in the backfield, an experienced running back there coming back. He knows what he's doing. He's also a wide receiver running.